Neil Carlson here. We have some drastic changes coming for the Beltrami County Jail in Bemidji already underway. They're making a big cut in the number of inmates it can hold. The jail is approved by the DOC, Department of Corrections, for 140 inmates, but they're cutting that number drastically. We had a male inmate die of suicide in December, and we had another problem, they're not specifying what, last week. This from the Minnesota Department of Corrections, quote,
On January 24th, 2023, the DOC, Department of Corrections, received a complaint raising concerns of threats to the lives and safety of individuals detained in the Beltrami County Jail. The DOC is currently investigating this complaint, has discovered in the course of its ongoing investigation multiple repeated violations of minimum staffing requirements by the Beltrami County Jail in violation of Minnesota Rule 2911.0900. Specifically, the DOC inspector reviewed the staffing levels at the Beltrami County Jail during 52 shifts and determined the jail did not meet the minimum staffing levels required under that rule on 35 of the 52 shifts. There were additional shifts in the jail which were used for emergency medical transports, which resulted in Beltrami County Jail falling below minimum staffing levels. The DOC's ongoing investigation has identified instances occurring on January 5th and January 24th in which the staff attempted to prevent or have delayed medical transport of inmates for emergency care despite direction from medical staff that emergency medical care was clinically indicated in violation of Minnesota statutes. Beltrami County Jail staff have identified a lack of available staff as a reason for wanting to avoid medical transport. The DOC's ongoing investigation has identified multiple instances in which the Beltrami County Jail staff has failed to properly and timely conduct well-being checks. Terms of the conditional license. The Beltrami County Jail is hereby required to comply with the following terms in order to maintain its license. Beltrami County Jail's approved capacity is reduced to 80 inmates, and its operational bed capacity is reduced to 72 inmates from January 27th until May 31st, 2024, or until further order by the DOC. Beltrami County Jail must submit to the DOC a capacity reduction plan to reach capacity limits imposed by this conditional license order by the close of business on today, Monday, January 30th. This plan must result in achieving the order capacity reduction no later than noon on Wednesday, February 1st. Beltrami County Jail must begin to immediately reduce facility population to comply with capacity limits imposed by this order and provide daily written updates to Senior Detention Inspector Jen Pfeiffer on these capacity reduction efforts until the facility population is reduced to the capacity limits imposed by this order. So, again, Beltrami County Jail ordered to reduce its inmate capacity to 72. It's actually approved for up to 140 inmates. Apparently, staffing problems there. As we told you, there was a suicide there in December. That remains under investigation by the Minnesota BCA, and we're now hearing reports that inmates are being transferred to other jails around the region. We'll keep you updated. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.